It's a simple concept, but it's taking Palmerston North schools by storm. To tell you about it, here is Plant to Plate Aotearoa, representing Palmerston North City.
Kia ora tātou, my name is John O'Naylor and I'm the proud Mayor of Palmerston North. If we are to have a lasting impact on our communities, we must start with our children. Plant to Plate Aotearoa do just that, working with the children of our community to rediscover the lost art of growing and cooking food. Plant to Plate are fast becoming a critical part of the social fabric of our community, and I'd like to introduce you to Sian and Gaywin to tell you more about it.
Well, Carrot, do you think we're safe now?
Oh, I think so.
We've just escaped from Terrace End School Garden in Palmerston North.
We're desperate to tell you lovely folk about a wonderful practical program called Plant to Plate Aotearoa. You know, it's been going for 2 years now with huge success.
Plant to Plate started with the concept of wanting to teach children good nutrition in a hands-on way. So they put together a cooking and gardening program that encouraged thrift, health and independence.
That's got to bring great skills for life.
Sure, I'm sure about that. It began with an idea from one lady.
This lady was involved with a very good cooking and gardening program in one school, based on an Australian initiative. But she decided it should be available in all schools with a Kiwi flavour and particularly to show low-cost options.
The unique thing about the program in schools is that the volunteers have set up a van with a complete kitchen. A school doesn't need anything. They can turn up at any school after they've been invited, and the children can prepare the veggies, cook lovely dishes and eat. They have another truck that brings the gardening gear to grow the vegetables.
So, when Plant to Plate arrive at a school, they get divided into a class, gets divided into 2 groups. One group cooks and the other gardens.
And then they swap. So every child has a go at cooking and gardening. Then at the end, they sit down to tables and they eat, with good manners and polite conversation, of course.
I heard that 3 ladies got together with $1,500 only. They needed all sorts of resources to make it work. Money, equipment, labour and expertise. The ladies went to Rotary, garden clubs, Lions, women's groups, just to name a few.
And do you know, with that $1,500 and with a lot of resources given, they went to 9 schools. The schools only had to pay a little sum for each lesson.
Yes, that's right. And Plant to Plate continues to go to more and more schools. And lots more groups have come on board in their support. Awapuni Rotary gave money to buy a van and crockery and cooking gear. Then Awapuni Nursery said they wanted to encourage gardeners of the future, so they supply all the seedlings for free.
Hey, they must be good seedlings. Look at us.
Oh. They must have been incredibly resourceful to get all that done with so little money, because now they're so well known. I think they've been to about 30 schools. That's a lot of children.
Well, everything keeps growing. The Tyndall Foundation heard about these ladies' efforts and they gave the backing of the program, plus money from local trusts. Gosh, those ladies worked hard on the funding.
There are 5 women that form the executive now.
Yes, and they run around town and continue to organise resources and talking to people and setting up schools.
That's very dedicated for a group of volunteers.
They're incredibly passionate and they're getting a lot of reinforcement from the community and the schools to say they are contributing to a great cause.
The main resource, of course, is to gain a wonderful group of volunteers. They give so much to the program. They're helping with the planning, the preparation, and of course the doing. They call it
volunteer power. There's quite a mix of people, both young and older folk.
Men and women, which is nice.
There are folk from Cambodia, Bangladesh, Zimbabweans, there are Russians, as well as New Zealanders.
I think some of the migrants really have experience with the importance of growing their own food and being thrifty when it comes to buying food.
Those volunteers work hard and they love it. Most of them turn up every session. They've made good friends and they have a great time.
They're doing all sorts of training and taking up new skills. The volunteers are taking up quite specific roles to support the program. One woman is producing all these information packs for them, and another woman who became ill and couldn't attend schools is growing a whole lot of plant material for them.
The program certainly wouldn't work without all that help.
The main objective of Plant to Plate is to stimulate children's enthusiasm in growing their own food. And cooking, sorry.
Yes, that's right. I heard one little boy whose mum said he didn't like eating vegetables, but every week he requests a Plant to Plate dish, especially the vegetable bake. So he's linking the group with the dishes.
Those children must enjoy those volunteers if he's positively linking the food to them.
I know that. It's not only the children that are inspired, but the teachers who work with them. They're learning too. Plant to Plate aims to organise everything so the teachers are free to learn and gain skills. This means that they can continue at the garden and ideas when Plant to Plate leaves.
60 kids at Riverdale School planted a vegetable garden with Plant to Plate guidance. And after 5 weeks, you should have seen the growth.
I'm sure at least 50 parents had to visit it. What a community spin-off that was.
So the Plant to Plate program has caused a chain reaction in the Palmerston North area. There's lots of stories about new vegetable gardens going in.
Kid power! No. Yep, and the schools are contacting Plant to Plate regularly. The volunteers are a strong group, but they're still evolving. New ideas and approaches in establishing a better and better program.
Plant to Plate presentation to the children is becoming more and more streamlined. The research program being carried out with Massey University will help to identify the impact of Plant to Plate and contribute to further improvements.
Wouldn't it be wonderful if it became a nationwide program? It certainly would help our next generation to be thrifty, healthy, and independent.
You can't argue with a group of community volunteers promoting thrift, health, independence, and working with children.
Cooking and children are my passions, and I love to cook and I love to garden, and what I get out of it is passing down my skills to the children, and just simply how to hold a knife properly, not cutting their fingers. And at such a young age, they already got this knife skill. Also, they are learning about healthy eating. They will become master chef in the future.
Thank you.
Thank you.